issue thus far. And we obviously know that he was an accurate thrower in college. And thus far, we've seen him throw some pinpoint passes, and we got to give respect where respect is due right now. He's 3-0 as a starter. We have to respect that. But a couple of those games, he completed 55% of his passes one game, 60% another. They don't have much of a running game. I'm looking at Devontae Parker. I think it's Jasicki. I think that's the tight end's name, along with some others. We'll see what happens as the season progresses. But when you look at the Miami Dolphins, their defense is clearly the story for their season thus far. Outside of making the switch from Ryan Fitzpatrick to Tua Tagovailoa, the story for the Miami Dolphins has been their defense. It's a top 10 defense. They give up yards rushing and passing, but they don't let you into that end zone much. And that's a credit to their defense and what they're doing, led by their defensive coordinator for you, and obviously Brian Flores. But the bottom line is, it's about their defense. We'll see what happens as the season progresses with Tua. I like him a lot. But in terms of acting like he's arrived, like we've seen, the man is it, I don't know that yet.
I think he's the real deal. He looks like the real deal to me. And, you know, you have teams with really good defenses. They can't get anything done on the offense, and they lose games. He's 3-0. Now, the defenses he's faced so far is kind of very representative of the NFL. An elite one in the Rams. So, and by the way, why would you start him against Aaron Donald? Play one. Here comes Aaron Donald. He's body slammed, gets up, doesn't try to do too much, throws one nice pass for a touchdown, and otherwise game manages, right? That's good. That showed me something. And then since then, he won if not a shootout, a higher scoring type of game in Arizona against an excellent young quarterback, where I wouldn't say he was outplayed. And then he linked up with Justin Herbert, and Joey Bosa's been out. And the Chargers defense hasn't looked recently what it's looked like, earlier in the season. And that's why, he's faced all different kinds of NFL defenses so far. And each time he's done what he's needed to do. He's been around, because under 100 yards against the Rams, it's his first time touching the ball in the NFL. He's been around a 200-yard, 2-touchdown, no interception guy, right? I wouldn't say he outplayed Herbert. I know some people felt that way. I think Herbert is better than Tua so far. But he didn't get outplayed by Herbert either. Herbert had to play his defense, which is a better defense. But even considering that, I wouldn't say he got outplayed by Herbert. I would say it was about even. And when you think of some of the quarterbacks that Herbert has played against, where it looks like Herbert's about the same as that guy, we're talking about all the best quarterbacks in football. Whenever Herbert's linked up with a future Hall of Famer, it's like, I don't know, he looks like he belongs. Tua looked like he belonged with him. So I don't know, when you get a guy who's really hasn't been outplayed in spite of facing Herbert and Kyler Murray and the Rams defense, and is 3-0, 5 touchdowns, no interceptions, hasn't tried to do too much when he hasn't needed to, when he's needed to be calm and steady, at other times has made the throws he's needed to make. The whole question with him is his health, right? The hip, knock wood, has been okay so far. The foot is hurt, but he's been practicing. Tua looks like the real deal to me.
So, look, when I listen to you talk about being the real deal, I think about I really think about the song The Next Episode, featuring Corrupt Nate, Snoop Dogg, and Dr. Dre. And they say in that song, hold up, wait. Listen, when I hear that, hold up, wait, I think about Tua, because guess what? They have a defense that is scoring on defense. Last week, a block punt. No one's talking about special teams, too, because they had a score set up by the special teams. Yes, so when your defense can score on defense, they can set you up with field position. In his first game, he threw for 93 yards. How do you win football games throwing for 93 yards? Defense, special teams, the other two phases.
Our next guest is arguably the breakout NFL player of the season. Could be named the SOD. That's the steal of the draft. He leads all rookies in receiving yards and has already tied Randy Moss for the most 100-yard receiving games ever by a Vikings rookie. And he's only played 9 games. Please welcome friend of the show, Vikings wide receiver, Triple J, Justin Joshua Jefferson. What's up, Jay?
What's good?
I'm chilling, man. Appreciate you joining us. Now, let's take a closer look at how impressive your rookie year has been by comparing you to some other elite wideouts. Now, check this list out. 9 games into their careers, Julio Jones, 566 yards. DeAndre Hopkins, 539 yards. Larry Fitzgerald, 465 yards. You have 762 yards. One, what is it like to be compared to some of the best in the league? And how do you plan on maintaining this pace?
It feels great to be compared to the guys that you looked up to, the guys that you watched a lot of film on, and was unbelievable at doing the things that they were doing. And just to be in the same category as them, it's been crazy. And I just really got to stay focused and stay humble.
Justin, we reached that point in your first year where a lot of teams were already saying, like, why didn't we draft this dude? We had a shot at we could have that guy in our uniform. We want to take you right now inside the Vikings virtual draft room last April at the draft and watch their reactions as the Philadelphia Eagles took another receiver just one pick before you.
All right, pictures in. We're on the clock. Jalen Reagor, wide receiver, TCU to the Eagles.
Let's go get him.
Yeah. Hey, Pack.
I'm on it.
Nice. Get Justin Jefferson on the clock right now.
I'm on it.
Wow.
All right, Rick, I got Justin Jefferson, receiver, Louisiana State.
Hey, that's a great get.
That was a great get. They hear Jalen Reagor to the Eagles, and all of a sudden Zim just has this huge smile on his face. Couldn't draft you fast enough. What was that night like, and how has the fit been with Minnesota for you personally?
That night was unbelievable. My dreams came true that night, and I was just happy to be on an NFL team and to be fulfilling my dreams out. So, I'm not really too worried about what pick I was and what receiver I was. I'm just happy to be on this team and happy to be competing.
All right, we had Jonathan Vilma, the great Miami Hurricane legend, on earlier in the show, and he said that Miami is just churning out the best of the best NFL products, that Miami, the U, is the best school for NFL prospects. Last year, LSU,
Look at the smile.
you guys had 14 different players drafted in one draft. You were obviously one of them. So was Joe Burrow and Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Make the case. Why was your draft class and your crew from LSU the best class ever taken in an NFL draft?
Because everybody that was draft eligible was on the team this year. So, you can't really go wrong with that. Having 22 guys that enter the draft was picked up by a team. So, that last year was just unbelievable and really record setting. So, the eyes that were on us all year and the plays that we made all year definitely sparked up the whole college league, and we just took off and ran with it.
Well said. Justin, thanks for joining the show, and congratulations. You're busting out onto the scene. 3 straight wins for your squad, and you're making a name for yourself. It's the Cowboys on the docket this week. Are you already feeling that defenses are guarding you differently than previous teams? Apologies. Now that you've established yourself in the NFL?
Some teams that like to follow the number one receiver. Green Bay, Jair Alexander followed me. So you kind of start to see a little difference. And, you started to see the best defensive, corner or whatever, playing the side. So it's been interesting to see what defenses have for us. But, we are confident in what we have on our offense, and we have some playmakers that can get some yards and put some points on the board.
Now, having been there as a rookie myself, playing wideout for the Vikings, I remember when I first got there, it was tough to get the playbook. I'm staring at Randy Moss, and it just looks like defenses were like a 6-lane freeway, and I had to cross it with my eyes closed. And then as I got older and I got a little bit more experienced, things started to slow down. You have Adam Thielen. You're starting to catch a rhythm. You and Kirk Cousins are cooking. One, how confident are you moving forward with your own talent? And do you think the playoffs are in the horizon?
Definitely if we keep playing like this. We have some playmakers on this team. We have some guys that can make a difference on this team. So, the first couple of weeks we lacked the energy. We didn't have those fans in the stadium. So, we wasn't used to having no crowd and pretty much having practices seem like for Sundays. So these past few weeks we brought the energy. We were dialed in, we was focused, and we came prepared to play. So as long as we keep doing that each week,